welcome Your Highness Sheikh Abdulaziz Al Nuaimi, also known as the Green Sheikh, to the Dubai Soul Oasis podcast.
Thank you, Michael.
So I actually met the Green Sheikh, as he's known, at COP28 through a mutual friend of ours called Jarvis Smith, who was also interviewing you. And he kindly invited me to you kindly invited me afterwards to an amazing experience at your desert camp. So the first question is, why call the Green Sheikh?
First of all, thank you, Michael, for this interview. I'm so honored to have this dialogue with you and to share some thoughts and highlights about the passion we do. Why Green Sheikh? I'm from ruling family as a Sheikh, and green it's related related to the environment. So I'm working with the environment officially started from 1984. 1984 when I was a chemical engineer first year. So I want to be an environmental engineer, but I didn't find the proper specialty in the United Arab Emirates University. So I select chemical engineer, and the chemical engineer with the environmental engineer are so close. So they work together, the same. So you can be environmental and you can be chemical. It's a close specialty. So I found the field of chemical engineering. I love the environment because it's a passion and it has related to my culture, to my parents, especially my father, the founder of the country, the Sheikh Zayed, the late Sheikh Zayed. He was also a role model for me as well as my dad. So there are many ways: education, role model, activities. I started in 1990, work in an oil and gas company, and I do troubleshooting. I do working fire. We call it limiting the zero flaring, minimizing the impact of air pollution. So we do air dispersion modeling at that time. It has, the industry, it has a negative impact, but my role as a troubleshooting to see minimizing those issues. So it comes from study, coming from the practice, coming from my culture. It's kind of very diverse. Then at the beginning of 1994, I became also activist in social and environmental societies that to engage awareness through the community, through the country, the nation. So I was one of the ruling family in the whole community as guiding and leading NGOs for environment. So this is we are the pioneers at the beginning of 90s. And this is startup, actually, this is why the Green Sheikh and the Green for Environment, split, blend together rather than split. In the UAE, the people know Sheikh, but they don't know what's green at the beginning. In the West, they know green, but they don't know what Sheikh means. So it's good bringing the West and the East together. It's a long story, make it short.
That's great.
So I try to make it short as possible.
Yeah. And after we met, you invited me to your desert camp, and it was a fantastic experience. And you invited lots of people from COP28 there. And why did you do that? Like, what are you trying to achieve by taking people out into the desert?
Well, you want to know the people, go with them in a journey. And the best way to see people's attitude, their mind, their deepest, their behavior, their action through the desert. The desert is like nakeding their mind and their soul.
And I remember also when I saw you with Jarvis, you told everybody what the letters of the Green Sheikh meant. Could you share that with our listeners?
Of course, you mean the acronym of Green Sheikh. So let me brief you or brief the listener as well, or the viewers who are following us. Green, of course, everybody knows the color green, but the color green is not enough. So G for me is these are acronyms, and these acronyms really I'm living it, living them on my daily practice through lifestyle, through my knowledge, my actions. So I simplify them into acronyms, these letters. So G for global. When I say global, means how to grow, keep growing through knowledge, through wisdom, through learning from others, because you cannot only learn by yourself, you need others. Like I'm learning from you, Michael, you're learning from me. So it's a collective learning. So this is how we can grow together. Then grant, becoming bigger, bigger in way of impact, bigger of way of influencing others in a good way. And great. And great, really, it's also help really to impact the global community. So that's G. Then the letter R is rethink, which comes for innovation. And when rethink, to see something as it is, you cannot solve the problem, the challenge. You need to see it from different angle. So that's we need to have rethink. So rethink, rewire, renewal, and regenerate. All these things can help us for keep thinking of challenge or the problem. We're not thinking about the problem, we think about the solution, how to make the best solution. So that's R. Then E for enlightenment, enrichment, enhancement, and empowerment. On myself, on the team, on the community. How to put those four together is not so easy, very challenging. What we do the best. We are not perfect people, but we are real people. The difference between perfect is you can't find perfect, but you can find real people who can make mistakes. We do mistakes, and we are not perfect, but we try to do our best based on our capacity. So these are the E, enlightenment. Enlightenment, somebody else and myself and somebody others can also put their knowledge, practice, expertise to make the path much clearer, much brighter to make this happen. And then the other E is about ethics. Where are the morals? If we are thinking about sustainability or environment and there's no morals, it doesn't work. We do environment comes from purity, come from honesty. So the ethics or the morals and all those characteristics are so important to have empathy and to be efficient and excellence, to do the best as you can do. So this is with the second E of the green. Then the last N in the green is network. I cannot work by myself. We cannot work alone. We need a collective of network of people, different diverse of field, of discipline, of mindset, somebody more creative on the right brain, somebody on the left brain. We need both brains together to work, to have this, energy between all. So this is the network, business people, philosopher, spiritual people, cultural, all different type of people. As you saw, Michael, when I invite people to come to the camp is not a place where people get rested. It's a people where get reflected. That's the difference. Not just to coming rest. You can go home to rest. You can go to the beach to the rest. But when you come to the camp, don't have even 1 minute to rest. It's all your mind is and your spirit is moving. Do you feel that?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely felt great moving there.
this is the N is network and nature. You cannot do that by yourself. You need a nature. Nature could be a forest, could be a mountains, could be something that really can have an impact naturally. And you need nature, natural, and noble to be a person with a noble, characteristics that really can make an impact. So this is the green. And then let's go for Sheikh. Sheikh is for spiritual, simple, stable, sustainable. Again, spiritual, you're connected to something really a divine, your Lord, your God, because without Him, you are nothing. He help you. You need the help from Him. That's the spirit. It's connected to Him. You need guidance. You need to pray. You need to worship. So that divine is something really very powerful. That's your belief. Whatever you believe, you need that spiritual to connect with, to communicate. Simple, really simple. And you observe that simplicity, so important. Simplicity no complex. You can see the person in front of you. Really, the vision is clear, the action clear, the behavior clear. So that's the simple. And stable, not a person with a mood person. And daytime is a person, and nighttime another person with some using some material or catalyst or whatever person. He's same as night, he's same as daytime, he's same as home, he's same outside. Doesn't mean he use a lot of hats. No, same personality, stable, but the way of thinking is different in different scenarios. And sustainable, always think about how we can sustain materials and things and practices through my family, through my children, through friends, the way. And I cannot see everything. You can, Michael, see some other things you can add to what I don't see. So we have blind spot. You have something, I have something. I can share with you some blind spot you can't see. I have some blind spot I cannot see, you see it. So that's that synergy to see the more vision of sustainability. Then H, the second letter of Sheikh is H, humanity, humility, harmony, and happiness. 4 letters or 4 words. Again, humanity, humility, harmony, and happiness. Those are very important values. I'm living them in action, not just talk. So with my family, using them, with my friends, and very honored to do this. Then the other letter, the third one with Sheikh is E for environment, ecosystem, earth, and equilibrium. Always I think, where the balance? Where's the equilibrium? Again, equilibrium. Shall we take or we restore? Anything we take, we need to take it back and leave it behind better. The ecosystem, we're not living alone. We have another species, another people, another things we cannot see. You might see us. So we have to understand the whole ecosystem together. So this is what E. Then I, this is the 4th letter in Sheikh. I, Ihsan. Ihsan in English, there is no equivalent word, but there is similar word called benevolence. Benevolence and Ihsan, almost the same. So benevolence, making kindness, compassion, something good to people, something good to the planet. So this is benevolence. Then with I, to inspire. You have knowledge, you have practice, you are role model, you need to inspire someone for them to change, for doing good their life. Then influence, you need to influence the grassroots, you need to influence the top roof, influence government, hire people in the top through grassroots in a different directions. You can use how to influence through reading, writing a books, through this interview, for example, through conferences. There are many ways you can influence people when you have that pure intention. And then the 4th one is the impact. So when you really influence and inspire, the result outcomes of that is the impact. So that's I. Then we go to for K, knowledge. K for knowledge. Knowledge, when it's put in practice, it will be power. And practice in the right time. That's the knowledge. Then kindness. You need kindness. Many people, they have knowledge, but if they have no kindness, knowledge doesn't work. So knowledge, kindness, and to be keeper of the water, keeper of the air, keeper of the land. When I say keeper, is somebody to be custodian, and the custodian, we all are responsible. When you were with us and you saw that rubbish all around, you are a keeper. Even this land is first time you came and to share with us. You felt this land is belong to you. You are responsible. So we all are keepers to keep this place better and clean. And knight, you have one of your child warrior is a knight. So you have to be a knight for the environment. So knight is also to be a warrior that's to advocate, to defend the planet in a good way. You don't need enforcement. You need a soft power. And the soft power, you use your language, use your knowledge, use the tools, and you use your community how to advance those things. And the last letter of Sheikh is H. After K is H. So H means human being. We can heal the planet in a good way with our good words, with touch. The sand bath, what we did, it's a healer for us. So we are a human. We need to connect with the land, with the earth, to be healed and to heal others and bring hope for everybody, for the young people, young generation, the elder generation, for people who are distressed or depressed or have something really challenged. So to bring hope for us and for them. And the most important, without it, there is no language, which is humor. We need to laugh. We need to smile.
Yeah,
We need to keep, the humor very positive. And this is a part of all Green Sheikh.
absolutely. That's amazing, and so much wisdom in there. Like there's so much wisdom, and I've actually been reading your book over the last week, and this is a great book for anybody who gets a chance to read it. And there's so much in there. And one thing that I wanted to touch upon is the concept. You talked around falcons and this idea of you being a falcon soaring high in the sky. And I know that's really important for like the Emarati culture. So maybe you can talk a little bit about the falcon and how that's influenced your life.
Well, the falcon is a symbol for a cultural symbol and then a nation symbol for the UAE. As first of all, historical significance in the UAE because it comes thousands of years. The Bedouin in the desert they use falcon to hunt for survival, for food, not just for sport. It was before they using the falcon as a weapon or as a tool to ecosystem hunting to hunt birds, especially habara. It's like bustard. It's a big habara. It's a big bird or harris they call it, and those different type of birds, smaller and bigger. So those habara is very taste like a chicken, even much different, much delicious or much not different in a way, but it's still this is the most favorite for the Bedouin. They hunt the habara, and of course they hunted different type of birds. So they used this 100,000 years from the Bedouin as a historical significance. It's a symbol of status and prestige. When you see a person holding a falcon, it's really give a sort of charisma and prestigious that he or she have skilled that trained this falcon means he's having patience and he can use the resources that to train these type of falcons. So the training is not so easy, takes time, need a lot of patience, and those noble birds, they are fast learners and they go so fast speed when they go for hunting. So this is another one symbol of status and prestigious. So people, when they have that falcon, they feel proud. They trained the falcon, and it's like a sort of recognition. Another symbol or another criteria for the falcons is the cultural heritage. It is the identity of the United Arab Emirates and might be identity of many countries around the world. They use the hawk or the eagle. For example, United States, the eagle. Some other country use the hawk, and the UAE use the falcon. And this is the identity of the country, the symbol of the nation as an heritage and identity. Even the UNESCO, registered or recognized the falcon as intangible cultural heritage for the UAE. So those is symbol to show courage, the falcon of the UAE, determination, freedom, and the vision, outcomes of wisdom. So this is a resemble of the country's wisdom, foresight, freedom, determination, and courage. So this is summarizing why the UAE or the falcon in the UAE becoming so high respected. Yes,
And
Michael.
in the book, you talked about soaring, didn't you? Like being an eagle that soars. Like what does that mean?
Soar with the Green Sheikh. Well, it comes from the story where when I was as a young boy, age of 6, I was so crazy about the beauty and the nobility of falcons. You know, during the hunting trip with my father, I asked him, my father, my dad, please give me one of your falcons, one or two. I can, be like you, becoming a falconer like you. Then my father said, wisely, he told me, listen, my son, focus on your studies. This is not the things that you need to learn now, but I want you to watch. I will show you, I will share with you, but I want you to focus in your studies and find something that would bring hope to others, change lives, or save the natural environment. That he's talking to my unconscious mind. I don't know, as a kid, I don't know what he's saying about, but those memorized, stored in my unconscious. So when I was 24, I remember when I buried my father, I remembered the wings. He gave it to me, and he, like his spirit to me, Abdulaziz, now you have the wings. Soar. You are my future falcons.
Beautiful. I love it. And then I wanted
So
to ask you about the other story that's set in nature as well. Um, there was a moment, wasn't there, when you decided to be an environmentalist? I remember you told me you studied in England and then you went into the oil and gas industry, and then you had an experience. Maybe you can share that as well
that's actually
with the
1990.
coral.
Say again? Say again?
Yeah, with the coral. You told me you had an experience with the
Okay, the coral.
diving. You had an
Yes,
experience
that's in
going diving.
1994. I was
Yeah.
diving on the east coast of the UAE, close to Korfakan, and I was really seeing different corals, and the color is so different, not real coral color, very dry. It's like almost dead. I felt the corals were talking to me. They say, Abdulaziz, you
Mm.
know, we are distressed. We are feeling, have something that want to deliver a message to a human being. When you go back to the land, we want you to talk, to make action because we feel are sick. When you see the coral are sick, believe me, the planet is sick. So
Yeah.
this message, the corals was talking to me, you know, uh, like I cannot say it's real, but it's like imagination. It's like metaphoric. Those, please
Yeah.
help us. You and your people make something for us to change the world. You go back to the land and change the world. So I think that message really it's not vibrate me, but it's give me something sense of purpose, sense of responsibility. And I don't want to change the world to shake. No, I want to change the world to find my passion, educate myself more, to understand what's happening, what are the impacts, what are the gaps, what the tools I can take, how I can build community, how I can strengthen my relationship with the different people, different circle of influence. And then I have to make small action, and that small action could ripple and make really an impact.
Yeah, I love that. I think a lot of people feel the pain of the world in different ways, what's happening to the world. And it's interesting, like what you are doing with the children as well at the moment. So you invited my children out to the desert with one of your sons and some other people as well, and we all went out and we collected trash in the desert. And there's a lot of trash being dumped in the desert, and it was quite shocking actually. And it was an amazing experience, very humbling experience to go out and try to clean the planet up, in our own small way. And we also saw that at the beach this weekend. There was school children out there cleaning the beaches of litter as well. So what do you think that the children get from this experience? What difference does it make to them?
There are many lessons. First of all, to see a role model like you, myself, as a father or a parents, really engage with them, inspiring them, motivate them, and to show them, we are responsible. Those values is not belong to us. It's not belong to something, this is, we all are visitors. If I live in this country, I am visitor. You live in this country, you're visitor. The whole planet, we are just a visitor. We are a guest. One day we're going to leave, but let's leave something behind better than before. And we have to be a stewardship. So the design for our children is to build a stewardship, environmental stewardship, sense of responsibility, so they can change the world. So to identify what the challenges are around them, those rubbish is a challenge because it's a behavior change. It's an
Mm.
about attitude. People know, but they throw. So this is not to tell them, to show them. So identifying those challenges, educate them, and they really find where can deeply they be interested. They might be engineers, they might be professors, they might be companies, and sustainability. So they can see on ground the challenges, and they convert that challenge into a way how we can be in a better future and better world to live, and make an action, even a small action. What we did in the desert, it's a small action, but that can really be as an example for them to build a project, to build an idea, open up their mind, and to build a community so they can tell to share this to their friends at school, their friends network through social media. Hey, Michael, hey, I went with my dad and I've seen Sheikh Abdulaziz. What we did like this, we clean up this, and we found something special. So this were they delivering the message, the voice globally through digital world. And this is another way. And then they becoming advocacy. With that advocacy, with their resistance, they are raising an awareness globally to see the policy of change, how they can change other people's attitude and behavior. And those all what we did is a motivation for us and for them. And believe me, we will not solve the whole problem, but we will start at the beginning, a small action. And then by time, it will be a better way of doing things.
Yeah, I think my boys took so much away from that, and they did. They did post it on social media for the school. They shared it with the school, which was amazing, and it taught them to work together as a team better as well. And it wasn't easy. That is a tough challenge being out in the desert in the heat with water and bags of trash when the camels are coming along trying to rip the bags apart. It was a real adventure, a real challenge. And one thing that resonated with me was that, you know, we can't do this on our own. Like, we have to work together to solve these problems. That was a
So
big lesson for me. So, yeah, carrying on with children, how do you think we can help children learn more about sustainability and education? Do you think there's anything going on at a local level where we're doing that in the UAE, for
I
example?
think the whole universities, school, they are embedded with education through sustainability, through just courses, through activities, through project, through competition. There are many competitions and awards that they can really design
Mm.
a program or a project. Education and awareness is not enough. It is 50%. The other 50% looking for a model, who are a model on the ground. They're looking for a model so they can not just mimic, they can challenge that model and to be better than that model. The second. And the third,
Mm.
uh, you know, hands-on learning, what we did, cleaning up, this is also outdoor activities. A classroom is not enough. They go to the valleys, they go to the forest, they go to the beach, talk to people. If the people are sitting there, ask them, what do you think about this rubbish? Is this, you want to see that rubbish at your home, at your garden? If you are not throwing it, let's work together to tell people not to throw or to make this land much beautiful or much cleaner. So we can go and engage with people in a good way, in a positive way. The other thing, using technology, as you said, with your children, they share with their friends. Let's share storytelling. The best way is how we can spread the message, storytelling. One picture, and it has a description about the impact and the breakthrough what we really make something different, encouraging those students of their cultural conservation. They can talk to their friends, they can make a project, so initiating initiatives. It could be so part of it education and awareness, but the other part is going out, speak up.
Yeah, I love the way that you're really into taking action, even small action, instead of just talking, getting on with things. I think that's so important.
True.
Um, so when I came to Dubai, like one of the things I noticed is, in the West, things like recycling are very advanced. We've been doing recycling for a long time, and in Dubai, one of the challenges is water. And a lot of the bottles of water maybe don't get recycled. I don't know how the system works. What do you think we can do to address that as a nation?
It is not just this moment. I believe this problem from 25 years or 30 years. It's not now. And I remember 20 years they're talking about public awareness, access of safe tap water, how we can use tap water and we can bottle them in glass and we can share at every home or at school or at community or at company. Now I've seen many hotels, 3 stars, 4 stars in Ajman, in Dubai, in Sharjah. They don't have plastics bottles. They have glass bottles, and each room they can provide, glass metal bottles or aluminum bottles. So I've seen now there are a lot of movement, and even there's a companies, NGOs companies in Dubai and in Sharjah they're promoting about access of safe tap water and you can use at home safely. So these are promotion is already going, you know, like about 8 years or 9 years, I remember. But again, the population is increasing and we have 217 nationality from different background, from Asia, from Africa, from Europe. If you go from Europe, they already brought their education. They know about it, but they come here, they confuse because we have 217 nationalities, and that's a big challenge. So the government
Mm,
already have some policies, but still need some enforcement, and the government itself they cannot solve the problem. Need the corporate responsibility. Where the companies, where the
yeah.
corporate social responsibilities are there, they are not involved on this circle.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be solutions. Even yesterday, we were at the Al Quoz festival, and there was companies there who created filtration systems for home specifically to solve this problem. So I think one of the great things about UAE is there are people here who want to innovate and solve the problems. Um, and also one of the things that's amazing about UAE is just the amount of people coming here. So like I think it's the fastest growing nation in the world at the moment, which is great. And it causes some problems as well, So as more and more people move here, what challenges can you see? There's obviously things like traffic congestion, air pollution. How do you think we can address these challenges of the success of the country and its impact on sustainability?
I believe, the now the UAE might be above 10 million. I remember 9 million 2 years ago. I think now above 11 or 10 million, but precisely, I'm not sure. I presume it is about 11 million. That's mean a
Mm.
rapid population growth in the UAE. Why? Because attraction of the UAE, number one. Do you know what's number one in the UAE? Why you are here, Michael?
It's a very safe country, very safe
Number
country.
one. Number one. If I go to Europe, I am not safe, to be honest. I look with this color, with this beard, I look suspicious. Even I'm from royal family. Okay, if I walk there, I look
Mm.
suspicious. Again, the respect. So we have this is
Mm.
the number one security. Number two, respect. We don't look to colors. We don't look how you look like. Everybody is
Yeah.
welcome. Everybody is welcome. So that's second. And the third, everyone have the right to live, to work, and to visit this country. So these
Mm.
things are good. But when you say rapid population, what they bring their behavior. Good behavior works good behavior. Bad behavior bring bad behavior. So the urban planning and infrastructure becoming the carrying capacity cannot stand all those people. So the design of the road for certain 6 million, 4 million, 5 million, I don't know. But once every year, the same road, the same conjunction, or the same built, but the cars increased. Even metro is there. Now we're building the railway, Ittihad rail. It's coming up, coming. So there are building, the mobility is improving with the population growth. The environmental concern is also there. Littering, plastic pollution, whatever high energy, because the carbon footprint still in the UAE is among other countries is high. So this is because of the weather, from May till September, it's hot weather. So you need to use air condition, and air condition consumes 60 to 65% of the energy at home, and that's very high consumption.
Wow.
So the carbon
Yeah.
footprint
Yeah.
is very high. The water being used because you're getting sweat coming back home. You play sport coming back home. How many shower you take? One or two, and how many minutes? It's all included. Transport again. If you go in Europe, you can commute with the train, with the buses. Here still is there, but not really connected to other Emirates. But it's building up. So these are
Mm.
challenges: the environmental, the infrastructure, the economical diversification, because we still have a lot of some people from the Africa, or from somebody from Asia. They dream to drive when they come to the UAE with 200 dirhams. They pay installment and to buy a car, and at their
Mm.
country impossible to buy a car, but they make it happen here. Again,
Mm.
I can reduce 50% of the traffic if I allow to have Arabic language. For example, test. If I go to United States, shall I do in Arabic language or in English? Or in England, if I want to drive, I have to learn English first, right? Then I can drive.
Yeah.
Can I read the signs? So if I do a learning just little bit of exam to have 60% pass of Arabic language, I will see the road 50% will be disappeared.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Make sense?
I think one thing that's really impressive about the UAE is that you have the 2030 vision. So you have a very long term. So we have a very long term vision here about how we address these challenges, which I don't feel like most countries have in place. So that gives me a lot of hope for the UAE and how we can innovate and take these challenges on and succeed.
Compared to these challenges, we already compatible. We are so fast tracking
Mm.
to have the mobility, the infrastructure, the environmental policy. So it's ongoing. So I cannot see just everything dry and if the challenge. So the challenge, because they are dynamic society, is very dynamic. It's not linear. Some country are so linear,
Yeah,
it's easy. But here is so dynamic. Everything you can see. Next month, you see different project. You see different people coming.
yeah.
Different people leaving. So this is so dynamic. Why people are coming here? Because attractive. It's very attractive. Security, safe. You feel comfortable. If you go to the
Yeah.
shopping mall, you go to the grocery store, you feel secure. Even I sometimes I leave the keys inside the car. I go for 2 3 hours, come back. I see the car. I see the keys. I see everything inside.
I didn't believe that before I moved here. I moved here just over a year ago, and people literally put their phones down on tables and walk away, and they know that they're safe. It's a very, very safe country. It's amazing.
By the way, yesterday Abu Dhabi becoming number one city in the world as the safest city in the world. Number one.
Wow, that's so impressive. So we met at COP28, and it was an absolute amazing experience. I think the UAE did an amazing job hosting the COP. And we're off the back of that. My businesses are working with other amazing businesses, and we met some really amazing people there. And what do you think people can do to ensure that COP28 has a long lasting impact? Because it's over now. and still the meetings are going on, which is fantastic. What do you think ordinary people can do to keep that message alive?
Now let's relate people to whom they are: government or corporate or society. In general, let's say government people. They should commit to be
Mm,
actionable policy. They should commit what they been addressed and been signed. So the commitment is number one. Then international or enhancing international cooperation. A lot of people say international cooperation, but is this only written or in action? So again, this is second. The third, enhancing also the sustainable practice and investing renewable energy in-house and out-house, means in the country or in even in developed country and they developed or under developing countries. So the UAE already investing many renewable energy around the world, and I think this is keep leading the renewable energy worldwide. The UAE is also part of that. The fund of loss and damage. It is something really for me. It's a big
mm,
surprise that the UAE announced it
yeah,
even the first or second day of COP28.
yeah,
That's for damage of the community and the countries who have no related to the fossil fuels, who just they had collateral damage or even worse than that.
mm,
So I think this is the society, civil society. They keep raising the awareness and holding stakeholders to be accountable, and even the individual to have that lifestyle of sustainability be ongoing and to spread the message. It's not just COP28 is finished. No, there are an agenda. Keep going for the better.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we, like I said, we've been going to meetings post COP28 to make sure the momentum carries on and people are keeping to the commitments and even like coming up with new innovations off the back of it as well, which is amazing. So, like I say, we came out to the desert with my children, and we met your children, and you've been so generous in welcoming us into your family, and we really do feel like um, brothers almost. You're such a welcoming person, and actually, Emiratis in general are very welcoming people. And I know you talk a lot about the importance of family and how important marriage and children are to you. I think you said you need to have a partner. It's really important in life. Can you explain why you believe that these things are so crucial? Because I think some societies have sort of forgot the importance of family. So why do you believe it's so important?
The core of the family is building society. If we have no family, no society. If we have no society, we have no nation. Means how to sustainable a family is bringing a husband, a wife, a mother, a father, a children, good education, well-being, keeping secure. These are value is bonding the family so important and understanding each other. Uh, in Emarati family is one of the best value is respect. We respect parents. Uh, if we am 18 or 19 as an Arabic, I don't leave home till I get married, either boy or a girl, either male or female. I don't leave. My father or my parent cannot kick me out. In the West, they kick you out 16 or 17 to survive. No, we don't have this attitude. You go to school, you go to university, you're still under your parents. Doesn't mean you dependent, you also independent. But somehow, respect of your father, respect of your mother. You still have time to spend time with them. You want to do business? You can do openly. You can do a project. You can work even if you are study and work is fine. So you still at home till you get married. When you get married, then now you have building a new family with a new respect. So the bonding, the respect, the tradition is so important for the family in the UAE. And number one is the mother. The mother is the highest respect in the family. She's the spirit of the home. If there's no mom, the spirit is gone. So the mom is so important. The sister are important. You know, in the UAE, women are high recognition, high being respected because they have not just right, they have this is integration between, you know, brothers, sisters, mothers, daughters, aunt, uh, might be, you know, those family are really a family that you feel where the happiness when they are together. So that's the UAE symbolize of tradition, of identity to keep the preserve of the family, the culture, and also the tradition of the language. We try to speak Arabic with us, but still now we have a challenge of identity crisis. Some people go abroad, come back, they talk to their children in English. I'm against this. You are at home, speak with your family and children in Arabic. They go outside at school, no problem. They go speak non-Arabic speaker, it's no problem. But with their parents, speak in your mother language.
So it seems like there's a lot of tradition and values in Emirati culture. So what other Emirati values do you think are important now and for the future that the world can learn from? For example, I know like there's a very welcoming culture here. What other things do you think make
The
Emiratis
hospitality and
interesting?
generosity. Hospitality and generosity is so important. Arabs people, especially the Emarati, they are so friendly. When they meet a person first time, they don't feel they are strangers. They don't feel the other person he's a stranger. He feel welcomed, like a family. So hospitality, generosity, and tolerance. Tolerance is so important. The Emiratis so open-minded. Many Emiratis traveled. They study abroad. They went to many countries, either studying or taking courses or taking vacation. So they understand. They've seen the whole world, and so they have that resilience and adaptability. They preserve their identity, but their mind are so open to everybody. They can speak English, they can speak Urdu, they can speak Farsi, they can speak other languages. Now, so that's, but keeping the tradition of the tolerance and respect to the family and respect even to the guest, or we don't call them stranger anymore. Anyone who visited and lives here, they are guests. They are not stranger anymore.
Yeah, I feel like UAE's created a culture of real acceptance and tolerance, and no matter where you come from or who you are, you can be a part of this society, and you're not judged for who you are. There's an opportunity for everybody to be part of the community and to succeed. And to build
True.
the future of UAE, and I love that.
That's
That's one of the reasons
our
I'm
lead-
here.
that's our leader, how they taught us to welcome everyone. And really, that's
Mm,
we raised. We grow with this and we respect everybody.
I love that. So we're coming to the end of the interview now. Is there anything else that you want to share? I know you've got so many amazing tales and amazing pieces of wisdom to share. Is there anything else that you want to share with the audience before we go?
Well, when I was young, I was 12 years old. I studied in the UK as summer school. So I stayed in a host family, and then I go to school from 9 to 4. Then I go back to my family, having a supper or dinner. I stay with them, learning their culture. They're learning from my culture. So I get used to learn from others, from other culture. When I was 14, also I went to United States. I studied in American host family for about 1 month. They live in a farm. They have horses. We play golf with them every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday. They go to their parents' house. They share some cakes, some jokes. We go to the movies with them. So this is not just me. Many Emiratis, they go abroad in summer to learn English, the culture. And also now, when have a friend, we invite student to come here to stay, host family, to go to many programs. They can understand the culture. When do you understand the culture and you know how to communicate better, you're becoming more ambassador to really bring the different differences together. We do have differences, but let's learn from those differences.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for your time today. Um, it's been an absolute honor to speak to you, and blessings to your family and all your friends. And Once again, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Michael. I think this will be a wonderful interview. I hope my language, my accent, it's to be clear for people who are English speaker. Many Emarati might be speak. Some people are better than my accent, but they are too much American or too much British. No, you still have to be your local accent with an English. I think this will be nice set. Thank you,
Thanks so
Michael.
much.
Thank you. You take care. Thank you. Bye bye.